In this video, I'm going to share with you 6 brutally honest pieces of financial truths that you may not have considered but absolutely need to know if you ever want to get your financial life together. Now, let's not waste any more time and jump right into it. Let us start with a statement that might be a very controversial statement. The economy is not really to blame for your financial troubles. Now, before you roll your eyes, hear me out. Yes, wages haven't kept up with the rising cost of things, especially housing. But if you look at the data, stagnant wages are not the main cause of most people's financial struggles. Crazy as it sounds, more than half of Canadians and Americans earning over $100,000 a year say they are living paycheck to paycheck. So clearly, income alone isn't the problem. If you're making 6 figures and you still can't pay your basic bills, it is not the economy, it is that you're living beyond your means. And let's be honest, we've all been there. If you've got a $500 car payment and you're constantly ordering takeout because you can't be bothered to cook, you're living beyond your means. If you are always on Amazon shopping, even for things you don't really need, you are probably living beyond your means. It's not about how much money you earn, it's about how much money you keep. Someone making $75,000 but living on $50,000 is doing better than someone earning $200,000 but living off $250,000. So, unless you're optimizing every dollar, the economy isn't your biggest problem. You are. And since we're talking about living beyond your means, this next point is something I know you may definitely resist, but I know I've got to say it all the same. Your car is costing you way more than you think. Many of us are driving cars we just cannot afford. Maybe there's something in the water we are drinking, because why do we all buy cars that we can't afford? That monthly car payment is killing your ability to save and invest. And if you didn't know, let me announce to you that an expensive car does exactly the same thing as a cheaper one. It gets you from point A to point B. The only thing is that you won't have people walking up to you after church to say, "Boy, your car is a machine," while you smile sheepishly and say, "Now God, oh." Apart from that, there's no difference. If you cannot walk into a dealership and pay for a car outright, then you cannot afford it. Car financing is a trap that keeps you in a cycle of never-ending payments. Trust me, you will be much better off financially if you save that car payment money and invest it instead. But you won't hear, but I've said it anyway. Next, let's tackle something else that I see is gaining popularity on social media. And that is this. There's a lot of people on social media saying, don't go to college. It's a waste of time and money, and a college degree isn't worth it anymore. Now, there are people selling the idea that a college degree does not give you a good return on your investment. The reality is, many people are drowning in debt for degrees they didn't need or are not even using. But even though this school of thought is gaining popularity, I beg to differ. Sure, do the math and don't blindly assume that getting a degree will lead to a higher paying job. It's not the guarantee it used to be. However, I think that earning a degree dramatically increases your lifetime earning potential and is absolutely required in many fields. For example, to be a registered nurse, you need to go through school and then pass certain exams to get a license. The key is to choose a career wisely and not go into debt for a degree that will not give you the income you desire. A college degree gives you options, and having options is great. And don't think of college as a job training. It's about improving yourself, which makes for a better foundation for whatever you end up doing later as a career. Overall, a college or university education is worth it. That's what I think. And I also think that I would appreciate it if you could just like the video if you are gaining any value and leave a comment on what your thoughts are on this college or no college debate. And now for some tough love. There's generally nothing like quick wealth. Building wealth is slow and boring. Building wealth is like watching grass grow, or worse, waiting for the Wi Fi to reconnect. It's slow and honestly a little boring. If you're hoping to wake up a millionaire tomorrow, well, you might want to hit the snooze button on that dream. Forget all those get rich quick schemes, they are just that, schemes. Real wealth building happens over time through consistent long term investing. That's the not so glamorous truth. Except you inherit wealth or win the lottery, there's no magic button, just the slow, steady grind of long term investing and building wealth. Trust me, no one ever got rich by accident. They just stuck with it, one step or $1 at a time. Now, this next one is another thing that I struggle with. I hear it all the time, and I have even said it myself. And that is that you will never achieve financial freedom working for someone else. But that is a nuanced statement. It's true. If you are an employee, your income is capped. Sure, you might get a raise or a promotion, but your boss is never going to pay you what you're truly worth. However, when you work for yourself, whether through a side hustle or your own business, your earning potential is practically unlimited. You decide your rates and you can scale up as much as you want. That statement is generally true, but I have to disagree with the idea that one cannot become financially independent unless they own their own business. It is not always true. There are employees at high income jobs that are more financially independent than many business people. Some business people are losing money. Meanwhile, some employees are financially independent simply because they save and invest. If you are living below your means and saving aggressively, you can become financially independent even though you are an employee. Moreover, working for an employer can provide benefits that self employment does not, specifically group rate health, life and disability insurance, matching RRSP or 401k contributions, and if you're lucky, lifetime pensions. And please, you should only work for yourself if you have the temperament for it. It sounds glamorous, but it definitely is not for everyone. Plenty of people cannot take the stress of not knowing how much money they will be making at the end of the month. And not everyone has the creativity or the variety of skills needed to make it work. If you can, you should. But if you can't, don't feel bad about working for someone else. The stability and reliability of income can be worth the trade off. But not everyone is cut out to be self employed. I need to say that over and over again. This next piece of advice is for those who invest in the stock market. Please note that time in the market beats timing the market. Rather than stressing over when to invest based on market highs or lows, focus on investing consistently. It's all about staying in the game long enough for compound growth to work its magic. Why don't you do this instead? You invest into your diversified funds and you just let that money grow over time. And I know it doesn't sound glamorous. There's nothing exciting or sexy about putting your money into an index fund and then just waiting for what? 30 years. But that is honestly how true wealth is built. It's not about hitting home runs, it's about hitting singles consistently and letting time do the heavy lifting. Now, for the last point, number 6. This is probably one of the most important yet often overlooked pieces of financial advice. You have to stop caring what other people think about you. Seriously, one of the biggest reasons people end up broke or in debt is because they feel pressured to keep up with others. We've all been there. You see someone driving a fancy car or living in a big house, And you think to yourself, I want that too. But here's the thing, you have no idea what their financial situation really looks like. That person in the expensive car might be drowning in debt, barely making their payments, while you're over here trying to keep up and dig yourself into a hole of debt. The truth is, most people are too busy worrying about their own lives to care about what kind of car you're driving or what brand of clothes you're wearing. So, why stress yourself out trying to impress people who aren't even paying attention? Living within or below your means is one of the smartest financial moves you can make, and it gives you the freedom to live life on your terms, not someone else's. None of these brutally honest pieces of financial truth are particularly fun or flashy, but they are the truth. They are brutally honest financial truths that some of us already know but are ignoring, or some of us need to be reminded about. And if you're serious about getting your finances together, these are the principles you need to follow religiously. Now, you tell me, what is that one piece of financial advice that has changed the way you manage your money? Drop a comment down below. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more content like this. Now, talking about investments to grow your wealth, why don't you check out this video next to learn about the best investments in Canada you need to start? Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.